Hey guys, I have another video for you today. It's something a bit different from the usual, and it's about this laptop I've got and CPU temperatures, or demonstrating the performance of this HP OMEN i7 8750H, and the point I'm at with controlling the temperatures in the CPU, because this thing does get hot. It really does get hot. Maybe help someone out or show that temps can be controlled from going like 90 degrees to getting in the 70s when gaming. So I've spent a lot of time trying to get the temps down on this thing. Watching a lot of YouTube videos. Understanding what exactly is the problem. Undervolting. Power limits, altering power limits and stuff like that. I don't claim to be an expert, but I've learned quite a bit. I think it's better to share it, and I have managed to get it down by about 15 to 20 degrees, depending on the game. So at the minute, I'm still playing Battlefield 5. It's a very CPU intensive game, which is great for testing temperatures and stuff. I really want to max out the CPU, what it can do under load and all that sort of stuff, which is great. And obviously, when you play different games which aren't so CPU intensive, you're going to get lower usage and lower temps, so it's only a good thing. And I won't be going into a lot of detail on this one, for reasons I'll mention later, but maybe a video for another time if people are interested. But I will mention everything that I've used to get to this point, how to get them temperatures lower, everything I've bought. You can buy things with your hard-earned money, or there's a lot of things you haven't and just completely free, and there's some big gains here. So firstly, what have I bought with my own hard-earned money to get better thermals or better performance? And then the first is a laptop cooler. The one I currently have is a Klim Ultimate. From my testing, I would say it's about 2 to 3 degrees lower while gaming, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm perfectly happy with that. And there's a little quality of life thing here that I've noticed while gaming on the laptop. Usually when I'm playing, the laptop is quite hot to touch on the keyboard and stuff like that. Having this laptop cooler has pretty much eliminated that. I can play for longer without getting that heat or that uncomfortableness from playing, which is, I didn't expect that, to be honest, which is great. Yeah, so my second purchase was RAM. So when I bought this laptop, it only came with a single stick of 8 gigabytes of RAM, which at the time, I was very new to PCs and stuff like that. I didn't realise, but it was actually bottlenecking the laptop. But just over time, I did eventually upgrade. I get 2 sticks of 8 gigabytes, so 16 in total of 2400 megahertz RAM. I do have a little video in the background, so please excuse the crudeness. This is I done it a very long time ago, and I wasn't that sharp with editing videos and stuff like that. I'm still not, but it's a lot better now. As you can see, there's a huge FPS gain when upgrading RAM in dual channel, especially in Battlefield 5 as well. Looking into it further, it's quite common practice for laptop companies to supply only a single stick of RAM. It's quite annoying, in my opinion. You're getting a lot less performance. You do get better temps, but because it's a RAM bottleneck, I don't know why they do it. Because cost cutting to get the prices lower, or make the laptop appear to have less of a thermal problem, or I don't know, maybe an excuse not to take responsibility of thermals, because they know people will upgrade RAM, and it's technically modified or aftermarket packs or aftermarket parts, so it's not sold with RAM, so they don't have to take responsibility because you've upgraded. I don't know, I could be wrong. It's just some impressions of mine, just purely speculation. So anyway, with 2 sticks of RAM, it's not necessarily better thermals, but there is a big increase in performance, or to what the laptop should be doing, or the performance you've actually paid for this laptop. So it is something to be aware of if you have a laptop with a single stick RAM, or you're looking at new laptop, you could be losing out on a lot of performance. So make sure you get dual channel with 2 sticks of at least like 8 gigabytes or something. Yeah, so that's all the stuff that I bought for this laptop to help improve it. But here's stuff that you can do absolutely free. So firstly, I've updated the BIOS to F.22, which like a bad thing with this laptop, it doesn't have its very basic, extremely bare bones BIOS. It's absolutely bare minimum. This BIOS was very sort of highly anticipated. It was to help with CPU temperatures and keep them under control better. They have done a good job with it, HP, but it did take them a while to do it. I've seen better thermals with it. Next thing is the HP Command Center. Now I've set this to comfort mode. From my settings, from my testing, sorry. I would say it's about 2 degrees cooler when I run this comfort setting. Unfortunately, this laptop doesn't have the fan control, which I understand that later HP OMEN models and actually have access to, which is unfortunate. But it's a shame we haven't got it. And lastly, but no means least, is the most effective and where the real gains in lower temperatures are, and that's using throttle stop. With this, you can undervolt the CPU, alter turbo boost limits to really lower the temps. Get like 15-20 degree lower temps, and and the great thing is this with little or to no performance loss, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, I won't go into too much detail, like I mentioned before, because you've got to be careful here. I don't want people to copy my settings or change things, just on the fly and do damage to their hardware. I would advise doing a bit of research, watching as many YouTube videos as you can on throttle stop, what everything does. Just get a basic knowledge of what things do and what to change, what not to change. I will recommend some videos in the description if you're curious to look into. There's a lot of great content creators who have looked into it in the past. It is an old laptop, it's all sort of been covered, but as I mentioned before, I could make that video going into more detail if people would want it. So yeah, let me know in the comments. And also, this is not really the purpose of the video. This is just a main broad overview of everything I've done with this laptop. Just showing lower temperatures and just demonstrating the lower temperatures, and showing gameplay of what it's like in game. But yeah, like I said, if people are curious, let me know. Yeah, and, so that's pretty much everything I've done. I'm going to leave you now with some gameplay on different maps in Battlefield 5 with Afterburner on, so you can see the kind of temperatures that I'm hitting and everything. This is all with everything I've used to get to this point. Yeah, so I have got some nice clips with the Turner SMLE. It's a great weapon, so if you like Battlefield 5 and Turner SMLE, it's a great weapon. And also a little side note, I do get a lot less FPS than my main PC, but I still manage to get some good clips and hopefully keep you entertained. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll leave you with a gameplay, and I'll see you boys in the next one.
We have now taken objective dog.
Bleeding! Help me!
Okay, we'll get that to you, soldier.
rigged!